Jet and I often lament on our Knicks fanhoods throughout our past shows. So we're going to grace you with the same liberty right now and lament a little bit on UConn. What's the status of their this rebuilding process they had to go to? Are they close to being maybe not even the UConn teams of old, but even somewhat remotely close to that? Where's the progress of the Huskies?
So I think if you, in totality, the UConn has recently been hit hard by the coronavirus. They've had guys out. There was a game 3 weeks ago, where a ref in the game he tested positive, so they had to cancel the next two games. And James Bouknight, who's a most likely lottery player, he's been out. So if you look at the last 2-3 weeks, that's not representative of what they are. They haven't played well. They've struggled without him. UConn is definitely on the upswing. Danny Hurley has you can feel, it's palpable, the difference in the program. They have to get through the muddy waters for this year. You know, they're right now would be considered probably last four in, first four out. But I think on a whole, once you get Bouknight back, and even if, God forbid, that doesn't happen this year, the program is definitely, the recruits are coming back. And it was a tough thing a few years ago in that Kevin Ollie, who's, beloved, and he had a nasty divorce, but you had people leaving UConn, by the numbers, and that's not happening anymore. So UConn has now become, I don't want to say what it was with Calhoun, but the program, as far as from recruiting, kids are wanting to come there again. So the arrow is definitely up, and I think even this year, if they get Bouknight back, they'd be someone you'd fear in the tourney, like USC, who's now projected in they did the first 16 unveil, who's in it. They beat USC. So UConn is a team sleeper, all that, if healthy. The upside is there. It is. So I would say in a whole that there's better days ahead for UConn, even with the struggles this year. It's part schedule, it's part injury. Yes, the arrow is up, just like the Knicks for the first time since 1872.
Right.
Yes.
Doubling down on your Kevin Ollie point. The argument always is, it's like, okay, he won a ring, but it wasn't with his guys, blah, 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 blah. Was the toxicity of Kevin Ollie really a factor in why UConn wound up in the toilet like they did?
That you know what? That's a really good question. There's been lawsuits left and right over this, and I think both parties to some degree have kept it close to the vest what's really happened. The only thing I can go off of without inside knowledge, and again, it's not to kill Kevin Ollie, is that you had a lot of guys transferring out of the program. Why that is, I don't know, and I'm not putting the blame on Ollie, but you'd have to say that's a red flag. So regardless of the bickering between the administration and Ollie, that's a red flag for any program. So why they did, we can't answer that, but UConn never had that. People were begging to play for them.
Yeah.
And then you're having 4 or 5 guys in 1 year transfer out. Again, I don't like kicking someone when they're down, and Ollie was a great player, but I guess you just have to fall on the question, how does that happen? Right. I don't think anyone knows the answer.